husband and I traveled to Grand Cayman Island for the first time, and like you, we had a number of questions like, how do you get around? What are the best places to stay? What should I pack? What's the weather like? And a number of different things. So in this video, I'm sharing everything you need to know before going to the Grand Cayman Islands. And I'm gonna give you a lot of information that I can't fit all the links in the description box down below, so feel free to either take notes or check out my blog link in that description box for everything. Hi everyone, I'm Antoinette and welcome back to my channel. At Frolic and Courage, I like to help you plan well, have fun, and travel the world through practical travel advice. Let's get started with some practical travel essentials first. Cayman Islands were largely uninhabited until the 17th century, with settlers including a multicultural mix of pirates, refugees, and slaves, leading to a population of African and British descent. Great Britain formally took control of the island in 1670, and by 1959, the islands went from a dependency of Jamaica to a self-governing British overseas territory. While the UK handles defense and foreign affairs, the United States is the island's most important economic partner due to tourism and international finance. This is why the official language of the island is English. And it's also why, in terms of the local currency, you have the Cayman Islands dollar, which is currency code KYD, but is also written CID or CI with a dollar sign. But United States dollars are accepted everywhere. And so is cash necessary? Yes, you definitely want to bring cash with you. You can either go to the ATM machines at the airport to get Caymanian dollars or bring US dollars with you if you're coming from the United States. Either currency will work on the island, and you definitely want to bring cash for taxis. In terms of credit cards, are credit cards accepted? And yes, Visa, MasterCard, but American Express is a hit or miss, so if you plan to primarily use an Amex card, be sure to bring it back up. One major question I had, is Grand Cayman affordable? Well, to be quite honest, it is kind of on the expensive side, and there are ways to make the vacation more cost-effective. So you definitely want to check out my Is Grand Cayman Island as Expensive as They Say video for an idea of how much we spent on our vacation along with food, so you can get an idea for your trip. Grand Cayman follows the Eastern time zone, and in terms of safety, is Grand Cayman safe? And yes, I would say it is safe for tourists. Are any health precautions or vaccinations required? No, but you need to be aware of the mosquitoes, so be sure to bring bug spray. In terms of crime in the area, it's really minimal, but you always have to stay vigilant and be aware of petty theft. For US citizens, there is a part-time consular agency in Georgetown, but routine assistance is through the US Embassy in Kingston, Jamaica, which is why it was so important to get that background on the country. And if you're ever in an emergency, dial 911. Now that we got our practical travel essentials out of the way, let's talk about your arrival. Grand Cayman is located in the Western Caribbean Sea, south of Cuba and northwest of Jamaica. It is the largest of 3 Cayman Islands, along with Little Cayman and Cayman Brac, with most people and resources located on Grand Cayman. Georgetown is the capital, and if you're a US citizen, no visa is required, but always check your country's visa requirements before you go. You'll likely arrive at Owen Roberts International Airport or by cruise ship to Georgetown. No matter how you arrive, you always have a few options for how to get around the island. So let's talk about getting to the city center of Georgetown and getting around. Grand Cayman is just 22 miles long and 8 miles wide, so it's easy to get across the island in just 2 hours. There are 3 ways to get from the airport to your accommodation and around the island: taxi, car rental, or public bus. There are no trains or metro. To get from the airport to the city center, it's about 3 miles or 5 kilometers and takes about 15 to 25 minutes depending on traffic. It costs around 20 to 30 US dollars. The public bus costs around $2.50 US to $3. And if you like your taxi driver, as a tip, ask for their contact information so you can contact them for future rides around the island. If you're coming from the cruise terminal to Georgetown, you're in luck because the terminal is right in Georgetown and there are taxis available to take you across the island. There are alternative transportation options to include scooters, ferries, and bicycles. This topic actually deserves its own video because there's a lot to say and a lot of details. So check out my How to Get Around Grand Cayman video in the Planning a Trip to Grand Cayman playlist. I'll put that link in the description. Now that we know a little bit more about the island and how it's laid out and how to get around, what about the best areas to stay? Of course, you have Georgetown, which is the capital and great for those who want to explore local culture, shopping, dining, and nightlife. It's also close to the cruise terminal and offers a more urban feel. There's 7 Mile Beach, which is the most popular area, known for its beautiful white sand beach, luxury resorts, hotels, restaurants, and easy access to water activities. It's ideal for families, couples, and first-time visitors. We stayed at the Kempton Seafire right on 7 Mile Beach, so check out our resort tour if you want to see what that's like. The West Bay is located just north of 7 Mile Beach. This area is a mix of quiet residential areas and popular attractions like the Cayman Turtle Center. It's perfect for travelers who want peace but easy access to tourist attractions. The East End is a more rugged, less developed, and secluded part of the island known for its stunning ocean views and outdoor adventures. It's ideal for travelers seeking a tranquil getaway. It offers natural beauty, fewer crowds, and access to diving, snorkeling, and exploring the island's untouched coastal areas, including the wreck of the Ten Sail. Bodden Town is a historic area on the southern coast with a charming, laid-back vibe, and it provides a more local, authentic experience. It's less touristy, but still has beachfront accommodations and is centrally located. You can explore heritage sites like the Mission House and enjoy more relaxed coastal scenery away from the busier areas. The north side is a secluded, scenic region known for its natural beauty and serene beaches. The north side is ideal for those looking to escape the crowds and enjoy attractions like Starfish Point, Rum Point, and y'all, it's really tranquil and quiet out there. Consider the area you're staying in and how you plan to get around. Some accommodations are closer to attractions, which means you don't really need to rely on a car to get around. And others are further away from shops and restaurants but are right on 7 Mile Beach. And so speaking of 7 Mile Beach, if you're looking for a hotel with an excellent location, here are the best accommodations on 7 Mile Beach that you can get for your money at different price points. If you're looking for luxury, check out the Ritz-Carlton, the Westin, and the Kempton Seafire Resort and Spa, and also Palm Heights. If you're around the mid-range, then check out the Grand Cayman Resort, as well as the Holiday Inn Resort. And if you're looking for affordable accommodations, check out Airbnbs. There are many available that are nice, comfortable, and at a great price. If you're going to Grand Cayman and staying at a hotel or resort, know that resort fees can be between $30 to $100 a day, and they include things like towels, concierge services, fitness classes, bottled water, parking, water sports equipment, non-motorized. Ours was around $80 a day, so be sure to factor that into your budget. So those are some great areas to stay in Grand Cayman, but when is the best time to visit Grand Cayman in terms of the weather, and what are some packing tips? Always check the weather before you go on your trip. There are warm, rainy summers from May to October and cool, relatively dry winters from November to April. The peak season is from December to April, and that's where you're gonna see the highest rates as everyone wants to avoid the cold weather. The off-peak season is from May to November. You'll find great deals in the summertime, and we actually traveled in July and found a great rate. In terms of temperature, in winter from December to February, you'll see a high of 80 and a low of 70, or 27 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius, with average rainfall from 7 to 9 days. In the spring from March to May, a high of 84 and low of 74 degrees with rain 6 to 8 days. In the summer from June to August, highs of 88 degrees, low of 78 degrees Fahrenheit with rain 9 to 12 days. And in the fall from September to November, highs of 86, lows of 76, or highs of 30 degrees Celsius, lows of 23 degrees Celsius with rainfall about 10 days on average. As you can see, the weather is pretty awesome in Grand Cayman all year round. Summer and fall tend to experience more rain due to the hurricane season, while winter and spring are drier. So how many days in Grand Cayman is enough? And I would say 3 to 4 days is plenty, but stay a week or longer if you just want to relax. With the weather being as beautiful as it is, what should you pack? And the number one thing you should pack is sunscreen. Y'all, I got burned in my face even after I put on sunscreen, so bring plenty of it. You also want to pack a swimsuit with beach cover-ups because people don't really go walking in their bathing suits along the island. And don't forget your rash guards to cover up from the sun. Bring flip-flops, an umbrella, or a poncho for those sporadic rainstorms. And did I mention sunscreen already? Y'all, double up on the sunscreen, for real. Bring a light jacket or sweater because while the weather is mostly warm, the evenings can sometimes be breezy or a little cooler, especially in air-conditioned spaces. You may want to bring a dressy outfit for upscale restaurants, dressy casual if that's your thing, and bring light, breathable clothing. Think cotton, linen, moisture-wicking fabrics. Loose-fitting shorts, t-shirts, dresses, and tanks will all keep you cool and comfortable. Bring water shoes for snorkeling because the reefs can be a little sharp. Sunglasses and hats are a must, and bug repellent. Like I said earlier, it's fine during the day, the mosquitoes are all right, but the second that sun goes down, they are out and about. Man, y'all, I got attacked by these mosquitoes literally as soon as the sun went down, so don't mess around with them. With all the sun, make sure you bring some type of moisturizer. Bring a water bottle to stay hydrated, and know that Grand Cayman uses the US style 110 volt plugs, but if you're outside of the United States, then make sure you bring an adapter. You could bring your own snorkeling gear and a waterproof bag to keep valuables safe during all your water activities, and you'll definitely want to get in the water. I'll link my list of all my recommended beach items from dry bags to cell phone water cases and covers in the description box and in my blog down below for you to check out. If you're finding this video helpful and are getting value from it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share it with your traveling companions or save it for future reference to help this video reach as many people who need it. So now that we know what to pack, the weather, and some information about Grand Cayman, how to get around, what should you see? What makes people want to visit the island? Here are the must-visit sites and landmarks. Of course, you have 7 Mile Beach, which is known for its white sands and warm waters. This is one of the world's top beaches. And also check out Cemetery Beach for snorkeling and Governor's Beach for tranquility. And as a hint, y'all, beaches in Grand Cayman are public. And Cemetery Beach is beautiful as it has great snorkeling, but you do have to walk through a cemetery to get there. But don't worry about it because that's normal and the views are beautiful on 7 Mile Beach. Cayman Bay is an upscale shopping, dining, and entertainment destination offering something for everybody. Then you have Georgetown, the Cayman Islands capital, offering shopping, dining, and historical attractions. Stingray City, I'm sure you've heard of it, is a famous sandbar that's about 15 to 20 minutes by boat from 7 Mile Beach, where you can swim with stingrays in the middle of the sandbar. We did this, y'all. It was so much fun. Notice how I said by boat. And the best way to get here is with a tour. You have to find transportation to the boat dock and then take a tour to the site unless your tour offers some type of accommodation pickup. It is so worth it to see and touch the stingrays. The Cayman Turtle Center is a family-friendly attraction focused on sea turtle conservation and other wildlife. It's great for kids and for short visits. Rum Point is a laid-back beach with great snorkeling and water sports opportunities. Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park is a peaceful park filled with beautiful native plants and wildlife. You then have the Cayman Crystal Caves, where you can explore stunning crystal formations and caves surrounded by a lush forest. Starfish Point is a quiet spot to see and interact with starfish in shallow waters, and it's completely free. Bioluminescent Bay is a glowing bay where microscopic organisms light up the water at night for a magical experience. In addition to the major attractions, there are also some major events to be aware of. There's the Cayman Cookout in January. If you're a foodie like me, then the Cayman Cookout is a must. This world-renowned culinary festival brings together top chefs, mixologists, and food enthusiasts from around the globe. It's held at the Ritz-Carlton and offers cooking demonstrations, wine tastings, and the chance to enjoy meals created by some of the best chefs in the world. Foodies, take note, think about January. There's Pirates Week Festival in November, and Pirates Week is the biggest event on Grand Cayman, where the island celebrates its pirate history with street parades, live music, and cultural performances. It's fun for all ages with activities like boat races, costume contests, and fireworks. Mercury Man Triathlon is in February, and if you're into sports, this triathlon event is perfect for watching elite athletes or even cheering on friends or family who are competing. It's a great way to see Cayman while participating in a global athletic event that attracts participants from all over the world. There's also Cayman Carnival Batabano in May. This Caribbean-style carnival features colorful parades, music, and dancing in the streets. If you're in Grand Cayman during this lively celebration, expect to enjoy vibrant costumes, calypso music, and plenty of opportunities to join the dancing fun. In terms of sports, you can go on a fishing or a lobster charter. There's also golf at the North Sound Golf Club, which offers an 18-hole championship course, and the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club for a 9-hole course. In terms of water activities and water sports, there's snorkeling, scuba diving, kite surfing. There are boat charters, wave runners, jet skis, daytime and sunset sail adventures, catamaran dinner cruises, kayaks. In the description box down below, I'll put links to certain tours for you to check out for your next trip. And check for pickup and drop off options for like jet skis and paddle boards if you're not staying at a resort. And ask about free shuttle services from the cruise port or 7 Mile Beach area. Otherwise, a lot of the water sports that are non-motorized should be included in your accommodation's resort fee. And another important note, y'all, about water sports in Grand Cayman is to book through a reputable company. We almost got scammed out of $900, y'all. Some red flags were that the company didn't confirm the date, time, or pickup location as indicated on their site. We tried contacting them through email, phone, and the website's messaging and got no response. And thankfully there was a 24-hour cancellation policy, and so we canceled right at that 24 hours and got a refund. So be sure to check for those red flags while you're booking, prices that are higher than average from what you research. Poor communication, y'all, and only book through reputable companies. I'll put some in the description box down below, but definitely check out these reputable companies and compare prices. They are Red Sail Cayman, Captain Marvin's, Fatfish Adventures, Saltwater Sports Cayman, Seal and Adventures Tours, and Cayman Water Sports. In terms of nightlife and entertainment, Grand Cayman, y'all, is pretty quiet and low-key on the island, but local spots offer live music like Pepper's Bar and Grill, 7 Mile Beach Bar and Grill at the West End, Coco Loba Mexican street food with live music on certain nights, the Sweet Spot in Georgetown. If you saw our Is Grand Cayman Island Expensive vlog, you'll see us doing a lot of activities that I just mentioned, like the Jet Ski Island Tour, paddleboarding, the Turtle Center, Starfish Point, getting around the island, and so much more. So don't forget to check out that vlog after this video. Now that we know a little bit more about what to do in Grand Cayman, let's talk about the food, my favorite part. What should you eat in Grand Cayman? What about food and drink and tipping? First and foremost, Grand Cayman is a pescatarian's dream because the seafood and fish is supreme on the island. Mahi-mahi is popular and served in everything from tacos to wraps. You have tuna, snapper, grouper, and the Cayman-style lobster is cooked with spicy seasonings. You want to check that out. The drinks, y'all, Grand Cayman is cocktail central, so much so that there's even a special Cayman Cocktail Week in October and November, where you have events and drink and deal specials. You want to try out the Grand Cayman Frozen Mudslide, which is supposedly invented in Grand Cayman at Rum Point. It's made with vodka, coffee-flavored liquor, and Irish cream. So where exactly do you find this good food in Grand Cayman? What are some restaurant recommendations? Well, there's Morgan's for seafood. There's Pepper's Bar and Grill, which offers Caribbean food. It's so good, y'all. And the Kimpton Seaflower has an amazing Sunday brunch at Ave. The Wharf at Sunset for dinner. The Roti Shop, which is Caribbean-style Indian food. Legend Sports Bar, Yoshi Sushi, Kaibo Restaurant. You can also book a water taxi to get there. Is the tap water safe to drink? And the water is desalinated and safe to drink, and we drink the filtered water at our resort. The tipping etiquette for restaurants and other service is around 15 to 20%, but always check the bill because some places automatically include a service charge on your bill. So don't get caught paying double, y'all, unless you want to. So now that you know a little bit more about the island, the weather and what to pack, some major attractions, what to eat, what to see, and how to get around. While vacationing on the island, I found myself chatting with a few locals, and I asked them what they thought was the most important things for tourists to know before coming to the island, and this is what they said. Cayman's Airlines has its anniversary in August, and flights might be cheapest in August, so check those out. Be sure to bring water shoes, and rash guards are actually cheaper to buy in the United States, so don't worry about getting them on the island. Pack them before you go. There's a store called Cost You Less, which is like Costco on the island, and if you do forget your items, you can pick them up for less at Cost You Less. The locals said that most visitors are shocked to know that all of the beaches are public and free on the island. And like I mentioned before, Cemetery Beach has great beach access and is on a really nice part of 7 Mile Beach. Plus, you could bring your own snorkel gear to snorkel everywhere. Sunscreen, y'all, I cannot hit this home enough. Sunscreen is a must, and people really underestimate the sun and think that they should wear less clothing, but that's so not true. You need to wear more clothing, lightweight clothing to cover up because the sun is not to be messed with. The locals want first-time visitors to know that you can't drive that full loop around the island because it's shaped like a U shape. So if you drive from one end, you've got to drive all the way up the coast and then back around. And the locals also want you to know that even though the public bus runs from 6 to 7 a.m., it's not really reliable after 6 to 7 p.m. It's affordable at $250 US, but it's not quite reliable. And y'all, because of the history of Grand Cayman, the only cash that is accepted are the Caymanian dollars and United States dollars. not British pounds, which is interesting because it is an overseas British territory. Y'all, this list is not exhaustive, so be sure to share your tips and ask your questions in the comments down below so we can help other travelers and so that you can get your questions answered. Traveling to Grand Cayman can be fun and exciting, but the options to get around the island are limited, like I mentioned. So be sure to watch my How to Get Around Grand Cayman Island video to learn how to navigate the island in the playlist right over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!